Hello, business owners. Welcome back. Today, we're going to be getting into an often overlooked area where your business and personal tax situation intersects. Maximizing education credits, a guide for my business owners. So, whether it's to further your own education or supporting your dependents, understanding education credits can lead to significant financial savings. And we love saving money, right? But before we get into our topic, let me begin with the formalities. So, my name is Shane Harris, and around here on these social media streets, I'm also referred to as Shane the Negotiator. And I help coaches, consultants, and service providers who are overwhelmed and lack guidance to achieve true financial freedom. And I do that by providing expert tax and coaching services. So, let's get into today's topic, maximizing education credits, a guide for my business owners out there. So, about 3 weeks ago, we did speak about education credits, but I'm talking about it again today because I'm really tying it into business owners. When we spoke about it the last time, we as in me, it was mainly on the side of you as an individual filer with dependents, adult children that is in college. That was on the perspective on that we were speaking about it. Today, we're going to be talking about it on the perspective of the business owner and how it can really help you and your business, your employees, and potentially your dependents, and of course, yourself. All right. So let's kick it off with the first credit, American Opportunity Tax Credit, abbreviated AOTC. The AOTC offers up to $2,500 per eligible student for the first 4 years of higher education. Expenses that qualify include tuition, required enrollment fees, and of course, those course materials. To be eligible, the student must be pursuing a higher degree or recognized education credential and be enrolled at least half-time. Now, as I stated in the previous time when I did this, the school determines what half-time, what full-time, what quarter time, what no time. The school determines that. You as the individual, when you're going to school, you could be taking 6 credit hours and you're like, well, that's half-time. It may not be half-time. If the school says it's not half-time, it's not half-time. If the school says it's half-time, then it is half-time. The school determines it. So if you have a discrepancy, you might want to get with your guidance counselor or they're in the bursar's office or wherever, whomever you have to speak with to get it corrected because the school determines it. All right. So let's go into the next one, Lifetime Learning Credit, or LLC. Again, not to be confused with limited liability company. That's something totally different. So unlike the AOTC, the LLC is not limited to the first 4 years of post-secondary education and offers up to $2,000 per tax return, not per student. So the other one is per student. This one here is per tax return. So the other one, you can have 3 students and you can get up $2,500 per student. This one here, the lifetime learning credit, is $2,000 per tax return. So if you have 3 students, it doesn't matter, up to $2,000 per tax return. Okay, not per student. This credit can be particularly advantageous for business owners investing in ongoing education, covering tuition and fees for course materials aimed at acquiring or improving job skills. So unlike the American Opportunity Tax Credit, the Lifetime Learning Credit can be used to improve job skills. The other one, AOTC, is for higher education only. So it's like the first 4 years of school. This one here, it can be used after the first 4 years of school, and you could be going to get your master's, your doctorate, or you could just be going back to school to enhance your skills so that you can be better at your job. Like if I decided to go back to school right now, it's not happening. But let's just say I hit my head and I decided I want to go back to school to further my education because I want to be a better accountant or whatever the situation is. And I decide to go back to school. I could potentially take this credit for job improvement. All right. So that's the difference between the AOTC and the LLC. Again, not to be confused with limited liability company. We're talking about lifetime learning credit. Okay. So these credits, if you have felonies, you may not be able, criminal felonies, you may not be able to take these credits, just to keep that in mind. Everything else in between, you're gravy, cooking with grease, okay? So qualifying for the credit. To qualify, you need to pay higher education expenses for yourself, your spouse, or dependent for whom you claim an exemption on your taxes. So if you do not claim any exemptions for the dependent, then you can't take this credit. That dependent is going to take the credit when they file their taxes. So if you're claiming them as an exemption for that dependent, then yes, you can take this credit for them. There are income limitations that you have to be aware of, which can phase out the credit amount as your adjusted gross income increases. So I'm not going to get into that part again. Go back and watch they're claiming your adult children on taxes in the 2024's playlist. And then you're going to go, it's going to go into a little bit more details on the lifetime learning credit, the American Opportunity Credit. And of course, it talks about claiming your adult kids on taxes. It goes into a little bit more details with that. And it talks about those phased out periods. As we spoke about on the last sessions and the session before that, we were talking about high income earners and that additional Medicare taxes. Well, there's phased out as well, because if you start making some more money, of course, there's certain limitations and you end up phasing out certain credits you're not going to be able to take anymore, or you're going to be able to take a reduced amount as it starts to phase out, as the threshold starts to increase. All right. So let's get into a little case study. Maria Design Firm. So Maria, who owns a small design firm, leveraged the LLC, Lifetime Learning Credit, to cover part of her MBA program focused on business management. So by doing so, she not only enhances her skills, directly benefiting her business, but also enjoys a reduced tax bill thanks to the credit, the lifetime. So supporting employee education. So now let's talk about it if you have employees and supporting them in this with this credit. So encouraging your employees development can also be a smart strategy for businesses, for you as the business owner. While direct educational assistance provided to your employees may not necessarily qualify for education credits on your personal tax return, such investments can improve employee satisfaction and, of course, retention. We want to keep our employees around by giving them these incentives. And certain expenses may be deductible as a business expense. So I'm going to say that again. I'm going to run it back, bring it back for the people in the back that missed that. I might have said it too fast. So although this particular credit, if you have employees and you want to encourage your employees to go back to school, when you file your personal taxes, this is not going to have anything to do with that. One doesn't have anything, it does not benefit you at all on your personal taxes. The employee is going to help with employee retention, because if my employer is assisting with education credit, hey, I'm giving you $2,000 each semester or each year to go to school, they're going to love that, because they're like, okay, if I could get this free money right here by continuing to work at this company while I further my education, it could potentially be a win-win for everybody, because the employee gets to increase their skills. They get to go back to school, pick up a new trade, or just get a better skill, period. It brings that skill back to your company. You're paying for it, so it reduces some of the burden from your employees. And you, as the business, you get to write off that entire amount as a deduction. Now, when you file your personal taxes, you won't be able to take advantage of any of those credits for the employee. However, on the business side of things, because you are the business owner, you'll be able to write it off. So you're giving $2,000 here, be like Oprah. You get $2,000. You get $2,000. Everybody get $2,000, right? So you give these employees, not to say you have to. Of course, you have to have the budget. And that's why sitting with a financial advisor, sitting with a tax strategist, sitting with your team and working with them throughout the entire year to make sure that your finances and your budget is locked and you know what is going on, you know your numbers, it's going to be important when it starts to applying some of these strategies, because these strategies all fall into tax planning. Your business got all this extra money, and I say extra money, it's not extra. I mean, I'm saying extra because you're going to be taxed on it, but it's not really extra. Hard for it is your money, your business. But you have all these high profits, your high income earners, as we're continuing to talk about high income earners, you have all this money in your business. You can't do anything with it except pay taxes on it. So why not help your business by incorporating some education program within your company and paying your employees while giving them money, financial incentives for them to go back to school to further their education. And you give them $2,000 here, $500 here, whatever the amount that you want to give to them. It brings down your taxable income because it goes as an expense. You get to deduct it off. It brings your taxable income down. You help the employees. The employees are happy. Yay! My boss is the best. My boss pays me to go to school. They work for you longer. They work for you harder because they want you to continuing to give them these benefits. You write the benefits off. It brings your taxable income down. You pay less taxes. It's a win for everybody. They're happy. You're happy. Everybody's happy. Sounds good, right? Come see me. Let's put all this stuff together. I got you. So documentation and compliance. You know we're going to talk about record keeping, right? So keeping thorough records is going to be important. It always is important. You know we talk about anything that we speak about on this channel. It is going to be record keeping. It's going to come into play in some way, shape, or form when we're talking about financial matters. So again, keeping thorough records is going to be important. You want to ensure that you receive forms 1098T, that is the tuition form from the Educational Institute, and keep receipts for all qualifying expenses. Accurate documentation will support your claim for the credit and simplify your tax preparation process. So those 1098Ts, if you have not received it, we are practically in March at this point. If you have not received it, you definitely want to reach out to the Financial Institute and make sure that they didn't electronically send it. It's probably in your email somewhere, or it got lost in the mail, whatever the situation is. Reach out to them to get that 1098T so you can file on your personal taxes so that you can take advantage of these credits. And again, if you're paying for your employees, you would not get any benefits on it from your personal taxes. So that 1098T isn't going to serve you well. It's going to help the employee when they file on their personal taxes. Whatever you're paying for them to go to school, you'll be able to take that as a deduction with your expenses. You'll be able to deduct the expenses with your business finances. It's going to be within your business books. So you want to keep the accurate records for that also. So in conclusion, maximizing education credits requires strategic planning, both for your personal taxes and of course for your business operations. These credits not only offer immediate financial benefits, but it also support long-term business growth through enhanced knowledge and skills. So let me give you a little bit teasers for next week. So come on in a little bit close. Stay tuned for our upcoming video where we're going to be talking about documents needed to file taxes for business owners. We spoke about documents needed to file taxes on the personal side, and we talked about business owners just a little bit, but this is going to be exclusively for you guys, my business owners. We're going to talk about proper documentation, which is going to be the foundation of effective tax planning and compliance. We'll cover all what you need to keep your tax filing accurate and advantageous, okay? So in closing, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you found value in my content, and let me go ahead and drop my link here. If you found value in the content that I've given on the guide on education credit helpful, please, of course, like, share, and subscribe. Come on over here to the YouTube family. If you are watching it on Facebook, IG, or any one of those other platforms, come on over here on YouTube and show YouTube some love so that we can spread the word. This channel can go out to other people so others can see it, they can like it, and it can be beneficial to them also. My link is available, bit.ly /SD negotiator for you to schedule a 15-minute chat so we can see if we can be a good fit to work together. Or you can schedule a 30-minute or 1 hour consultation that is going to be for a teeny weeny investment where I can really get into your business, your financial business, that is, not your personal life, but your financial business, so that we can really sit down and come up with a plan to help you in your business, implement some of these strategies that we have been discussing over the last couple of weeks and couple of months, and for you to really excel and continue to grow in your business. All right. So again, like, share, and subscribe. Come on over here to the YouTube family. Investing in education pays dividends, both personally and of course professionally. So I'll see you on the next time with more tax tips, financial tips, business tips, enrichment tips, whatever tips that I may have. And until I come back, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.